Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jumper Fit channel. The news has finally arrived. The 2021 Sportster S from Harley Davidson has been announced. Now my question is, how does it stack up to the competition? Let's roll our intro and then we'll get into some of the basic stats of the Sportster S and how it compares to BMW, Triumph, and most importantly, Indian. Roll it!
This is the way.
Let's first talk about what we all want to know, the Sportster S from Harley Davidson. I am beyond thrilled to see this bike come to production and truly can't wait to test ride it when it does come out. But it's time to get to the nitty gritty. The Sportster S falls in between all competitors in terms of MSRP, coming in at $14,999. Some might scoff at that price for a quote-unquote Sportster, seeing as you can land a brand new Softail with the 114 for the exact same price in the 2021 Street Bob. So what does the Sportster S have that really makes this bike worth it? First is the power. This miniature beast packs 121 horsepower with 94 foot-pounds of torque. This is very similar to the V-Rod of old, but with a lot more grunt off the line. Like the V-Rod and most recently the Pan America, the Sportster S comes with a 1250cc liquid-cooled power plant. Harley is starting to realize what it takes to compete in the market, and this is very exciting. It is mated to a 6-speed manual transmission, it is belt-driven, and has just an overall weight of 502 pounds. 502 pounds with this power will be insanely quick. Even though the power is down from the Pan America, with the lighter weight, this might scoot just as quickly. The fuel tank is 3.1 gallon with a seat height of 29.6 inches, which appears to be about the industry standard for these items. It comes with tire pressure monitoring, ABS, traction control, ride modes, USB charging, cruise control, keyless ignition, and a 4-inch color TFT display, all as standard. This is an amazing offering from Harley Davidson, but now let's explore some of the competitors. The first comparison is our cheapest of the day, the Triumph Bonneville Bobber. The Bobber comes in at $13,150. For the lower price, it's to be expected to be not quite as good. Don't get me wrong, the Bonneville can hold its own, but it might be outclassed in this competition. The Bobber has a 1200cc, 270 degree liquid-cooled parallel twin, producing 77 horsepower and 78 foot-pounds of torque. It is mated to a chain-driven 6-speed manual transmission and weighs in at 553 pounds, our heaviest competitor here today. It boasts a 3.2 gallon tank with a considerably lower 27.2 inch seat height, the most cruiser seat height of the bikes here today. The Bobber also comes standard with ABS, traction control, ride modes, and cruise control. The display is an analog speedometer with LCD screen, but it does lack the tire pressure monitoring, USB charging, and keyless ignition of the Sportster S. Some might see these things as not needed, but if you had the choice to have them, wouldn't you? The next entry today is also the most expensive and has been featured on our channel before, the BMW R nineT. The R nineT comes in at $15,945 and almost $1,000 more than the Sportster S. It comes equipped with an 1170cc air/oil cooled flat twin. This sounds almost archaic in the battle today. It does, however, boast 109 horsepower and 85 foot-pounds of torque, mated to a shaft-driven 6-speed manual transmission. The R nineT does have the biggest tank today at 4.5 gallons, but is also the most difficult to get on, sitting you at 31.7 inches off the ground. You better limber up before you put your leg over this one. The BMW is lightly optioned given its price tag. It does come with ABS, traction control, ride modes, USB charging as standard. The display is an analog speedometer with LCD like the Bonneville, and the cruise control and keyless ignition are available options for an additional charge. This appears to be a case of clearly paying for the BMW name brand, and in my opinion should be priced much lower. The last in our battle today is what I feel is the truest competitor to the Sportster S, and that is the Indian FTR S. Like the Sportster S, it also comes in at $14,999. The FTR S is powered by a liquid-cooled V-twin, making 120 horsepower and 87 foot-pounds of torque. This has made it to a 6-speed manual transmission and is chain-driven, unlike the belt-driven of the Sportster S. The debate between belt and chain could go on for years and years, and I truly don't have an opinion either way. The FTR S is only slightly heavier, and it's most likely due to its larger fuel capacity. It weighs in at 514 pounds, but does boast a 3.4 gallon tank. It sits up about 1 inch higher than the Sportster S, so it's not too much more difficult to get on and off. The FTR S is well equipped with ABS, traction control, ride modes, USB charging, and cruise control, all as standard options. It has a 4.3-inch infotainment touchscreen for its gauge display. Keyless ignition is not available for the FTR S, nor is any sort of tire pressure monitoring software. This is going to be a fun next couple of years with the Sportster S and the competition. There are other bikes out there you could compare it to, the Scout Bobber for example, or even the Diavolo if you wanted to get crazy enough. I picked these 4 motorcycles as they are all within the same wheelhouse and price, and honestly, I would love to have any of them in my garage. What do you think of the Sportster S? Is it enough to put Harley back into the forefront of the small motorcycle market? I'm so eager to try one, as I mentioned before. If I can fit on it, it might take the place of my dream bike, the Kawasaki Z900RS. But time will tell. Thank you for tuning in, and as always, I will catch you on the next dark side as this is the way. Chopper Fit out. See ya!